If you are blundering a lot in your games, then there's clearly a problem with your chess mindset, not just with your chess skills. Yes, you got me right. Your mindset is more important than your chess skills. If you are playing chess with the mindset of, I'm just playing a move and I just want to do this and I just want to do that, I want to develop my piece, I want to do this, you're playing chess the wrong way. It's not like that. You have a move for yourself and you have to expect a move for the opponent. The only reason you keep losing games and keep blundering is because you're playing on your own. You're not making a move for the opponent. You're not thinking what they can do. That's why you keep blundering pieces, blundering checkmate, because you think, okay, I just want to do this. Your type of play, it's still in the beginner or the intermediate level mindset. You're just focusing on what you want to play, and you're not focusing on what the opponent can play. That's why you're stuck at your current level. And how to fix this? Well, the way to fix it is very simple. You just have to make a move for yourself and a move for your opponent before you even make a move on the board. You need to imagine the move you want to play in your head. Then imagine a reaction to that move. Then, if you did not see anything big or anything serious, then you play that move. It's gonna take a really long time for you to actually process that information and actually apply it in your games, but I'm gonna show you an example. Okay, I'm gonna help you apply that in most of your games, but you need to focus. Okay, you have to make a move for yourself and a move for the opponent. If you only made a move for yourself, you lost the game. You already lost the game. It's just a matter of when, not how. Okay, you're losing that game 100%. You need to make a move for yourself and a move for the opponent. It's like playing over the board chess. You make a move for yourself and you're expecting something. It is the same thing. Online chess, it is the same thing. But most of you who are watching this video, you're planning a lot of your pieces. It's because you're only making moves for yourself and you're not seeing what they can do. You're not seeing what they're thinking of. And that's a problem that we can definitely fix. Alright, so I'm going to show you a game of one of my members in my free chess and Profunda community if you want to join and possibly get featured on this channel. So, he started the game with the move e4. And then black played some kind of a modern defense with the, g6. White took the center, developed his pieces, beautiful stuff. And now black is going, I don't know, what is this? But anyways, knight c3. Sorry, that was a little bit of a flashback. Sorry about that. Okay, so two knights developed, the bishop is developed, everything is good. Now black played this move c5. And it may look very clear what is what is black's trying to do. He's trying to go for d5, right? So, if they want to play this move d5, how can you stop that move from happening? You don't go d5 yourself, which is exactly what white did. If you want to stop this move from happening, there's this move e5. And they can never play it because you can go en passant, take, and then, that's a very good position for you. But, and also, very, very common at the beginner intermediate level, when you are still in the opening phase, you just develop some of your pieces and you're like, okay, that's enough. It's time for attack. No, hold on. You still have pieces that you need to develop. This bishop does not belong here. You're still in the opening phase. The opening phase is about developing, not attacking. Okay? Still, people at the intermediate level, possibly at the advanced level, keep thinking in the beginner's way, in the beginner's mindset. Like, I just developed some of my pieces. Okay, now it's time to attack. No, you're not done from the opening phase until you develop all of your pieces and get your king castled. So you're not done with the opening phase until you play some kind of a bishop out, castles, your queen moves, and then you connect the rooks. Then and only then, the opening phase is done, and then you focus on what you want to do. But striking in the center of the board, while your bishop is not that active, your king is not safe, you're not castle, your queen did not develop, the rooks are not connected, then you just ignored the principles of chess. If you really want to improve, you have to respect the principles of chess. Look at the top players in the world. They get to break the rules, but even they're not breaking the rules whenever they're playing the opening phase. No, they're sticking to development. They're sticking to following the principles of chess, and then and only then they build a plan. So, I don't want to see moves like this. I don't want to see moves like this attacking. No, just develop your minor pieces. So white here did absolutely great with these 3 pieces, but he needed to play bishop out, castle, queen out, and then connect the rooks, and only then focus on trying to do something else, right? Keep that in mind. The opening phase is not done until all of your pieces are out. All. Okay. So this move d5 happened. I don't know why he played d5, but he was like, oh, my opponent is going to play d5, so let me just play d5 before, which is, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. So black played d6. Pawn takes, and then bishop f4. Finally, he got his pieces out, and that looks great. Now, this move is a developing move. That's number 1. And number 2, it is an attacking move. It is attacking the pawn on d6 with the queen, right? So 2 pieces attacking and only 1 piece defending. So whenever you make a move like this one and you draw arrows and you see that you are attacking something that is not really defended that much, then you keep that in mind. You're like, if they don't do anything else to protect the pawn, then that's a free pawn. I have to take it. Keep it in mind. Don't just blame moves for the sake of playing them. So here black played this move knight to e7, and that's clearly a mistake because, as I told you before, this pawn is hanging and they needed to defend it. They needed to push, they needed to play e5, something like that. But they did not defend. So that's a free pawn. They had to take it. And then black would play something else. So now you're up a pawn. That's great. But white, for some reason, did not see that, and again played another bad move. In the opening phase / getting a little bit into the middle game, it's all about getting your pieces out and getting the king safe and castled. That's it. Don't push pawns, okay? The only time you push a pawn is in the opening phase when you put a pawn in the center, possibly 2 pawns in the center, and that's it. That's it. Okay, so e5 was played, which is a mistake. Allowed black to play d5 and close the position, and as you can see, the bishop is attacked. The bishop has to move, and there's no much of an attack against the opponent. There's nothing happening here. And now black played this move b5. So they're also, breaking the rules of chess, breaking the principles. They're not getting their pieces out, as you can see. And they played b5. They're trying to go this, and they're trying to attack the knight for some reason. Okay, so white castled, black castled, and now what would you do here with white? Pause the video. I want you to pause and reflect on this position. What are you going to do? Well, in order to find the best move, you need to think and you need to imagine a move for yourself and a move for the opponent. A move for yourself and a move for the opponent. If you don't look for a move for the opponent, you already lost the game. It's only a matter of when. Okay? Okay, so how to find the best move? Well, you find the best move when, let's say for example, you imagine the move rook e1, right? I just want to put the rook on semi-open file, defending my pawn. Okay, if I play rook e1, what can he do? If you don't go this, through the same process, you're going to lose most of your games in the future. Do not do that. A move for yourself and a move for the opponent, always. Rook e1, what can they do? Well, if you want to look what they can do, you need to look for checks. Obviously, they have no checks. Something that they can capture. How do you find these moves like that, like in a second, split second? Well, you draw arrows. You draw arrows from the opponent's pieces to your pieces. So, the bishop is looking at the pawn. Okay. The rook's looking at this bishop. Okay. So, you only look at the pieces that they interact with your pieces. You don't look at the queen because the queen is not interacting. The bishop is not interacting. Nothing's interacting here. But the bishop is looking at this pawn and the rook is looking at this bishop. So if you played rook to e1, you're dropping the bishop. Right? That's how you stop blundering. Move for yourself and a move for the opponent. And in order to find these moves much faster, draw arrows from the opponent's pieces at your pieces and see if they interact. And if they interact and you don't have defenses, defend or move back. Right? So here, white played knight to e2. And here you might say, why am I saying this? Because he did protect this bishop and he played knight to e2. No, the idea behind knight to e2, he was like, I'm going to get attacked either way. So I might as well just move my knight and place it on g3. I don't know why he wanted to place it on g3, because as you can see, the knight there is doing absolutely nothing. So knight e2, black played a6. Also, I don't know why. He need to figure out a way to get his pieces out. He need to think. Okay, so here white played knight g3. So, why did white lose his bishop? Now here, he just lost his bishop. Now, yeah, okay, black did not take the bishop, but that's not not what what we are talking about. We're talking about blunders. He made a blunder. Okay, we're not talking if the opponent saw the blunder or not. It doesn't matter if they see it or not. What matters is that if you did it or not. You're not supposed to blunder your pieces that easily. And why he did that? He did that because he played a move for himself, and that's it. He just played a move for himself. He's still in this mindset of, I just want to do whatever. I play knight g3 and they can go fuck themselves. Like, that's not a way to play chess. Like, they're not like this and they can play this. Then you think about, oh, what can they do? They can play many things. So it's hopeless to actually think about their response. No, it's not hopeless to think about the response, because if you want to think about this and them playing any kind of move, your brain will be fried. Literally, your brain will be fried. You cannot do that. No one can. But you want to play this move, just look at the most challenging move. Look where their pieces interact with your pieces. Like, his rook interact with the bishop, but your knight is defending. So the way for you to see that, always look at the opponent pieces, draw arrows from their pieces at your pieces, and see if there's something's hanging. That's it. You don't have to look for all the possible moves that they can, because your brain will be fried and you cannot even do that. Okay, no one can. But you just make simple moves, you imagine the move you want to play, and then, okay, how do they interact with my pieces? Well, the bishop is there and the rook is there. So if I played knight g3, nothing's protecting the bishop and I'm going to lose the bishop. That's how you stop your blunders. You have to make a move for yourself and a move for the opponent based on the interaction of your pieces and theirs. Okay? So knight g3 was played, and that's a clear blunder. Black with 20 seconds on the clock he spent. Like, he had 9 minutes and he spent 20 seconds and played knight d7. Again, if you're playing with the black pieces, how can you see moves? How can you see hanging pieces? How can you judge if a move is a blunder or not? Always, if you're playing, against your opponent and they, might have blundered, always, look at their, their last move and say that move might be a blunder. Always. It's like you are, someone, I don't know how to say it, but imagine a move is a blunder until proven otherwise. A move is a blunder until proven otherwise. Why? Then you need to prove it that it's not a blunder by looking what you can do against the opponent. Okay? Don't treat every single move they play as, oh my god, my opponent is a genius. Wow, knight g3, look, they went back and they, ooh la la. No, that's a hanging bishop, right? And the way to see it is, don't trust the opponent calculation. Most of your opponents are idiots, right? So don't, treat every single move they play as if it's the best move. Always treat it with some kind of, with certainty that it can be a blunder. It can be a blunder until you've proven otherwise. Right. Let's get back to what black did not do. Did not take the bishop and played knight d7. Makes sense. He's trying to get out with his pieces. And now white did see the bishop. I don't know if he saw the bishop hanging or he just wanted to go back because his bishop was not doing anything. But probably he saw that, because now he's like, oh, 2 pieces defending, 2 pieces attacking, but oh, my bishop is hanging, let me just move it. Which is bad. He could have just played queen c1 or queen d2, just protecting the bishop and also adding pressure at the pawn on h6. But he did not do that. He went back. He lost the pawn in the process. Okay, fine. But there's a pawn here on h6 that he took. He saw that pawn hanging, which is great. And now, here he played bishop g5. Makes sense. You don't want the knight to move. You want to pin it against the queen. Fine. And also, this move is good. It pins the knight that is defending the pawn on g6. So this pawn is hanging, because the knight cannot take, unless the queen moved. Okay. Black played rook h7. And makes sense. He just wants to place his rooks in a way that will aim at your king. Makes a lot more sense. Okay. Now, this pawn on g6 is hanging. You can just easily take it, because the knight can never capture. But black was, but white was actually worried about a move like rook g7, like this, and his pieces are kind of like this. And they cannot really take here, because then that will be a, a drawing position. They just have to go back, and they will possibly give up this pawn. They would go here, and they would go back, and that would be, an equal position if they did that. So he had to make sure that he takes the knight first, that is defending the pawn, and then he took this pawn. Fine. Black played rook h6, attacking the bishop. He played queen g4, which is a mistake. Why? Why is it a mistake? Because he thought that, okay, queen g4, he does whatever he does, I'm going to move my bishop and have some discovery. Chess is not played this way. You really want to improve your chess, make a move for yourself and a move for the opponent. Imagine the move you want to play first. Imagine queen g4 was played, and then imagine a move for the opponent. After this move, queen g4, he can play queen g7. Give me the bishop. Your bishop is hanging. Two pieces attacking. If you move the bishop somewhere, you're going to lose the queen. Right? And you have to play something like bishop h5, which then you will be, queen takes g4, bishop takes g4, and then this position is slightly better for black. Slightly better, like minus 1.5. Okay. So, queen g4, and black did not see this move, did not see anything, and then he just moved their king. Fine. Now, white here in this position, I mean, the only blunder that he made first, it was the bishop, the hanging bishop, and then he, the opponent did not see that, which is fine. And now white was like, okay, I have a rook and they have a king on the same file. Let me try to play f4. Let me try to open up the f file to get my rook into the game. Makes sense. Black played bishop d4 and you cannot block. The reason you play this move, you just want to open up the rook, not give it away. You play king h1 and then they move the queen to g7. What is the idea of queen g7? Always treat the opponent's move as if it's a blunder, until proven otherwise. So queen g7, what is the idea? Their idea was very simple. They want to go back, they want to double up, and they want to checkmate you on h2 because the bishop is taking control of the g1 square, and the pawn is not protected. So that's the idea of queen g7 and queen h8. How do you see these moves? How do you see these threats? Well, you ask yourself why. Like, why? I mean, he could have moved the queen anywhere else. Why did he go here? Then you imagine yourself in the opponent's shoes. I just went here. Why? Am I an idiot? Why did I go here? Well, I'm attacking this piece twice, and I'm also trying to go there because with the rook and the queen creating a battery, this pawn is unprotected, leading to a potential checkmate. That's good. That's how you think, by imagining the why behind the move of your opponent. I know what I'm saying is a lot, but in simple terms, a move for yourself, a move for the opponent. He played f5 to protect the bishop, and also trying to open up the position. Makes sense. Black here, of course, doesn't want to take and then open up their king. They play this move e5. Now, here, white played queen g5, getting their queen active. They move the bishop for some reason. They want to go somewhere. They want to trade because they sense there was a lot of pressure. And white was doing absolutely great here. He played knight to h5. And the idea behind knight to h5, give me the queen. So the queen decided to move away, keep protecting this rook. And now white played f6. The idea behind f6, I'm not really sure why, but it is the best move, which is nuts. So, f6. Possibly he just wanted to push even more and then squeeze the opponent and stop him from moving, and then figure out a way to checkmate. That was his idea. So now black played this move, bishop to e8, attacking the bishop, wanting to trade the bishops or win a bishop. White played f7, the bishop went back, and this is great. Look at this position. Their king cannot move. Their king cannot move. And now here, what white was supposed to do is to play something like rook f6. What is the idea of rook f6? Well, the idea that if they play a move like e4, attacking your rook, you would go here, rook d6, and you're trying to get rid of the bishop and then get in with the queen, threatening a checkmate. It's very simple, right? And they cannot defend because then they will be blundering. Check here, and that's checkmate. So it's not going to be so simple. And the goal of this rook maneuver here is to get rid of the bishop and try to, attack the d8 square. So for example, even after this, and if they defend, then they will be losing, and then they cannot really do much. They're completely losing after this if they move the bishop. And if they defend, they're losing there. So that was, what white was supposed to do. But he did not. Did you know what white did here? Try to guess. You probably saw it from the beginning because I made a mistake with this click. And he played, where is it? He played knight f6. Why did white lose the game? Because he made a move for himself, and that's it. He blundered his bishop because he made a move for himself, and that's it. He could have avoided the bishop blunder by making a move for himself and a move for the opponent. He could have avoided the checkmate by making a move for himself and a move for the opponent. Okay, so what did you learn from this video? If you only make a move for yourself, you already lost the game. It's just a matter of when. You have to improve your chess. The only way to do it is to make a move for yourself and a move for the opponent. Don't, I don't know how to say, overwhelm yourself with the amount of moves that they can do. Just keep it simple. Only look at the possible attacking moves. Like, look at their pieces, okay? Draw arrows, as I told you, draw arrows from their pieces. The queen, the rook, this. So imagine the move in your head, and then imagine the lines. Imagine the rooks, imagine their pieces eyeing at your pieces or at your king. And then and only then you can see it's obvious checkmate. Like, if he's watching this video now, you can clearly see, okay, that was a horrendous move, knight to f6. But his idea was also fine. His idea was like, their king cannot move. I want to play some kind of a check, capturing their king would move, and queen f6 would be checkmate. So it's checkmate for 2 for white if black did not see this. But obviously black is not blind, and this is very simple to find, and that's why white lost this game. Join my free chess improvement community, and maybe I can look at one of your games and help you out. And that's it. Thank you for watching.